Hey guys, this is Coach Bricks,
Coach James.
the game changer. So we get questions all the time. How is your facility and programs different from some other sports performance facility? And one of the things I always say is we individualize the workouts. So one of our big things is when you first come in, we do an assessment on them. Okay, and I know everybody says they do an assessment and they look at how fast they run and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But we look at how they move. How does the body move? Yes, you might not have pain now, but if your body's not functioning correctly, it could be because of something's tight, something's off. You might have had a tweak of an injury that you didn't even think of, and it started to show some compensation. So we see those things a lot of times in the videos that we do, and then we break them down to design a program based on these. Are a lot of the exercises the same with the same people? Yes. But how we break them down is where we make the difference. And that's why we separate ourselves from most people, because most sports performance people will charge you X amount of dollars, but you're getting the same program as Joe Smith over here, okay? Yes, you might be at a different level than him, but you're getting the same exact program. And that's how, if you go to colleges, that's how it is. If I'm on the football team, I'm doing the football workout, okay? Which is great, you're doing something, but are you doing the things that for you? And I think that's where I've always tried to stress this. I said, every single person is individual. We're all different. You gotta understand what do they really need, because some people are gonna need something, some people aren't. So what do you see, James, Coach James, that how our program's separated from other ones? I know you've been at some other facilities doing internships and things like that. So how is ours different?
So I think the biggest thing, like you said, we had the individual programs, but when we have, say, an athlete come in and they're doing an exercise and they're like, hey, that's kind of bothering me, doing something. And our ability to, on the fly, change what we're doing maybe for that given day, and then give someone something that helps them during that specific time, or they come in with an injury and then we're able to just on the fly work with what they're going through and able to rehab it and go from that rehab and then create that new workout to specifically target those areas. And it's not just cookie cutter, and it's all personal, not doing the same exact thing for each person. And we're able to work around whatever they might be coming in with, because again, like you said, everyone has their own things that they're working on, and maybe someone comes in with the same injury, but it's caused from something else. And being able to see that maybe someone, like other programs in places, they're just going to treat it the exact same as how they treated this person's injury, because they sprained their ankle, but they're not figuring out why this person sprained their ankle, because it's probably might be different than the person over here.
Yeah, and I think that's key, because we had a person come in today, jacked up their neck at a practice, okay? And so he came in, tough kid, stuff. We could have given him the program. Could have just said, here's the program, we're going to do this program, blah, blah, blah. But he wouldn't have got better. So we had to figure out what was wrong, okay, and then attack that. So we had to, like Coach James said, we had to do on the fly. We had to figure out, okay, what do I need to give him then, not just to relieve the pain, but also make sure that it doesn't come back, and get him stronger so he can progress out of this phase much, much quicker. And that's where we are different. I worked in physical therapy many, many years ago, and since that time, got into sports performance, and this is my passion, helping people stay injury and disease free as long as possible, okay? And if you do get something, what do we need to do to get rid of it and out of your system? And that's why our programs are much different than other ones that you're gonna pay all this money for, who, yes, they might improve your speed a little bit, but if they're not helping you understand how your body works or where there might be an injury, then you're missing out, because sports is demanding, life is demanding overall, and you gotta be able to take care of your body to make sure that it doesn't break down. And if it starts to break down, catch it before it gets to that point of broken, so you don't have all the issues going on. So that's why exposed to sports performance is different. When people ask me, that's what I tell them. I was a little longer version, but that's what makes us different than every single person out there, every other facility out there, okay? So reach out to us. We'll get you all hooked up with an assessment, get you going, and then we'll get you on a program to fix you. And just because you don't have any problems doesn't mean that something's not brewing. Okay, there could be underlying things that are going on. I had a girl that I just took a look at a video, and funny thing is I saw something go on with her hip, younger girl, And when I sent it back to the parents, when they saw the video, they were like, oh my gosh. I didn't know it was that noticeable and stuff, but she had X, Y, and Z happen to her a year or two ago, and could that be the cause that's going on? I said, most likely that's what it was, and like, oh, thank God we're catching it now before it got worse. So that's just what we do. We make sure we get our athletes back, strong, healthy, and like I said, we don't want them in pain and I don't want them to have any injuries. So this is Coach Bricks, guys.
Coach James.
The Game Changers.